All right. Oh, jeez. How's it going? Some science and technology. It's not the best, but it should be fun. I guess I could change it. Sporting events, travel events. Maybe how-to. I usually use the how-to category. YouTube doesn't have great fitting stuff. Oh, I can add Z. How's it going? I'm just going to be looking at photos today. Also, probably some GoPro footage. I always try to do that these days at conventions. Let's see. 5. This one. All right. Should be good. So I'm open to camera gear talk or whatever as well. If you're into that. I'm doing multi-streaming to my photography stuff. Definitely have morning voice. So let's put this over here. I still need to copy over the GoPro footage. Whoops. Which will be pretty decent size usually. It's probably good. Where's my mouse? All right. Anyways. Yeah, so I use my usual camera kit. I've got the Z5, the 40mm f2 lens. I forgot a strap at the convention, but I didn't drop it, so that was good. It was okay. I was trying to hold it with 2 hands most of the time when I could, but it has a good grip on the camera. So 40 f2 obviously has some limitations, but it's a nice option for stuff like that usually. And here's my gear bag. Again, I've pretty much made it as ideal as possible. In here, it's memory cards. Although the Z5 has dual card slots, and I didn't take enough photos to bother swapping, so I just used the 2 card slots, instant backup of the raw files. So that's always nice. Actually, considering I forgot a camera strap, the footage is probably going to be better because it won't have the strap blocking some of the view. So that's a good thing compared to forgetting the camera strap. And then, of course, the GoPro 9, the Max Lens mod for video. And then I'll probably show this again because it's a live stream. But 2 batteries, I didn't even need these. So I was using, actually let's see what percentage it's at. It's down 1 bar on the power. I think there is a percentage of use on the battery. The thing is, with the third-party battery, it might not be super accurate. Battery info. So it says 67%. I mean, it says 665 photos. That is with the LLANO Aurora. That's such a difficult word to pronounce. Aurora. Aurora? The cool thing about this battery, this was sent to me in the past. Full disclosure. It's got the screen on it. Whoops. Well, let's drop some of my batteries. So, pretty cool. Worked well. I think this is the first time I've used this in a serious situation. Other than that, we've got this. This is another thing that they sent me. This is for the GoPro. It's a battery bank. It looks like a GoPro. Let's see. So it says 81%. It has a battery inside, just sitting in there. Oh, I forgot to even put memory cards in here. But I had this charging the GoPro itself while I was using it. So I have this third-party door on the GoPro, so you can access the USB-C port. So it's nice, convenient to keep it topped up for the most part. You can see here if it, like what charge it's at. Whoops, it went so fast. Oh, it says 100% charge. So that kept things topped up while in use. That's just good. I still need to copy over these files. I use 1440p, 30 frames a second, and the taller aspect ratio because I don't want a massive amount of footage and data. Probably, I mean, it would be nicer to use the 2.7K on this thing, but again, it's just more stuff. I still try to back up my video projects, so it's challenging with not all that data. But that's that. I also had a secondary battery in the front portion of the backpack. I don't know if I took it out. Yeah, I took it out at one point. It's just... And I charged my phone with it. I could have used the one in here, but I took that out as well. Hat. And this is, you know, alcohol, the hands. And this thing, you pick this up at Five Below. It's a USB cable. So I've got the USB-A adapter thing, but it's also USB-C to USB-C. Pretty cool. Nice size, doesn't get in the way. Yeah, I like this thing. I did bring this, but I didn't use it. I recently did a stream on it. It's kind of moving the cable around. Huh. It's a cheap, again, this is it from Five Below store. It's a memory card reader. specifically mostly for phones, but it can work with a computer if it has a USB-C port. Did a live stream on that. A whistle that one of my friends made for me. I've never used it in any serious context, but that could be helpful, I guess. Yeah. And a secondary GoPro thing in case when I'm using brakes. I've had these break before. They're just plastic junk. That's pretty much it. This bag was originally intended for GoPros. Oh, this is where my GoPro goes. And I've got that cable, which doesn't look amazing now because it's been used so much, but it's still working. I don't know why it's kind of started to curl, but it works. And this cable has a 90-degree angle on it. But this bag was it's a GoPro bag. Well, from Tenba. But it works for photo stuff too. The head. Many years ago now, I had made this padded area, and it works for cameras and stuff. There we go. Oh, and I've got some tea today. If you're into green tea, this is Hojicha, and that's Relax Bear. Super cute. I've got some of them up there. But yeah, it's from the Daido company in Japan. This one's imported. Whoops. Pretty cool. Kind of expensive, but I like Japanese tea, bottled tea. It's convenient. Yeah, very cute. All right. Copy over these, or the GoPro footage. Just tiny little micro SD. There we go. So I'm using, this has been my preferred card that I use. It's a 200 gigabyte SanDisk one. It's been reliable. I do have a bunch of 128 gigabyte ones. I had used this in my phone for a long time, so it's definitely gotten some use, but I swapped it to GoPro duties at one point. Pretty decent. I should probably tag that in the video if it still exists. It's a little bit older. Obviously, it's UHS 1, so I kind of doubt GoPro does UHS 2 anyways. And I don't have any UHS 2 readers for this size. Actually, technically I do, but it's a standard SD port. So I'd need to have an adapter that has UHS 2. I don't think I've ever seen one of those. They might exist, but I tend to not buy expensive memory cards. All right. Yeah, it is nice having a built-in memory card reader. It's using well, my computer has two 5.5 inch or 5.25? I can't remember. I always mix the two up. There's 3 point whatever and then 5 for the PC expansion bays, and it has 2 of the large ones. and I had to get an adapter for the memory card reader because it's a 3-incher. and it works and it's convenient. That is from I did a video on it. Let's see if I have easy way to look at it. Whoops, that's not what I want. All right. I have a tiny little screen for chat windows, but it's over here, and I have it set up in the flow of screens to be over there, so it's a little confusing. This is not going to cooperate. I need to make a new window. Okay, yeah. Oh. I guess Chrome does universal window zoom now, which is totally not what I want. Because I have to, the screen is relatively small, so I have the windows. This is another thing that was sent to me in the past. It's from Viltrox. So it's a little screen. I've got the two chat windows on here, side by side. And it's okay. It's readable. But I have to zoom them in to have a better time reading what's on them. So Chrome browser for one, and then have, yeah, actually that's both Chrome. But in the past, you could zoom in on a single Chrome instance and then have the other ones normal. But for some reason, it's not doing that. It's kind of irritating. Let me see. Yeah, very strange. Might be... The weird thing is that the other window is Chrome as well. Maybe I'll just try it again. That didn't change though. There we go. Strange. Seems like a bug. Oh no, it's doing it again. Maybe it's based on website. Yeah, maybe the zoom is based on which website it is, and I have YouTube zoomed at the moment. Still very odd. So I can't really use this interface too well. Let's see. Search on computer. Yeah, here we go. So I'll put a link in the chat. That video is about memory card reader. Actually, I could... Let's see if this exists in the product linking thing. Close that. I'm just going to work at the zoom level. I need to reset it for a second. Edit. It's probably not in here. It's from the company StarTech. UHS to memory card reader. The only port on it, it's a multi-port thing. but the only port that is UHS 2 is the SD card slot. And it was the only one that I could find. Actually, this might be it. Oh no, it's not the same one. This is that's not it. Anyways, it's pretty cool. Obviously, you need a computer that has expansion bays, which are pretty rare these days. But that's kind of one of the things I specifically wanted to do when I put that computer together, is get the expansion bays in it. There we go. All right. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna copy over the GoPro footage. So the GoPro footage comes with a bunch of extra files. I just copy over the MP4s. I don't need the THM files and the LRV files, which are pretty big. So I recorded 37.2 gigabytes of GoPro footage. And that's with the lowest quality setting in the standard bit rate. Oh man. There's going to be a point where unless I make this more viable financially, where I cannot back up my projects anymore. But probably what I'll do is delete old ones and back up newer ones. Let's see, GoPro. Yeah, it gets really expensive. So if we looked at hard drive prices right now, maybe B&H. Pretty sure they sell like reasonably priced computer equipment. See if I can get the right category in here. All external drives. Yeah. So let's just look at some pricing. Drive type, hard drive. Oh, and let's pick a size. So all of those would be probably worthwhile for me to get. 20, I have some 16s, two 16s. So I could technically get 2 more of those and upgrade one of my DAS drives, which is the direct access storage. It has 4 bays in it. It's from QNAP. Let's see. I don't think I can sort by storage size. Let's do price. So the cheapest thing in here right now is a 16 terabyte. What I do with these is I shuck them after thoroughly testing them, because it's generally cheaper. Obviously you lose your warranty, so not ideal, but price. So that's $230 for a 16. That doesn't feel like a great deal to me. 24 for $250. That might be a direction. 270, 20 terabyte. Another 16, 28, 289. So if I could get a few of those, it would help the situation. Because like I said, I have 216s. I have 4 10s, I think they are. Or they're 12s. 10 or 12s. I think they're 12s. But when you format them, you know, you don't, they're smaller. And 4 14s. Or 6, 14. Yeah. 4 14s. And then maybe 4 10s or 12s. Something like that. And then the 16s. And then currently have the double 4 bay things in RAID 5. So it's using one drive for a type of backup. It's not, you know, it's better than nothing type of thing. But I might have to switch those to just being bare drives at some point. Because I don't want to spend more money on storage. Because clearly, see here, the pricing and stuff. Okay, this GoPro footage is still copying. That's basically the limit of speed for UHS 1 drives. I'm also going to back up the whole thing here because I have multiple SSDs on the computer. Just in case. Although what I tend to do is I try to not use the memory cards that I use for events for a while, just in case like there was some issue with transfers or anything like that. Then hopefully at that point I would still have the original data on the cards. I'll have some of these Ghost Toast Kit Kats from Halloween. Let's see what the... I don't think it says the expiration date on. It's usually a long time for stuff like this. Yeah, it doesn't say it on the little one. Oops. It's very orange. Let's have this. All right. Now that that copied over, I'm going to back up the full drive I mean the full folder. This might take a little bit. This is a faster drive, but then I have another one. This is not as fast. This is a SATA, standard SATA. This is NVMe. Pull up B&H again. Go look at what cameras are coming out. Newest. Leica Q3 monochrome. I did sign up to be a Leica affiliate, but the chance of me getting access to a Leica camera is very low. This is what these things look like. These are freeze-dried. I'll pull out the big one. That is a strawberry freeze-dried. All state protection plans. What? Oh man. It's quite the camera. Over 2.3-inch CMOS. $27 to $108 equivalent. AA batteries. I wouldn't mind trying this thing, but I wouldn't pay $154 for it. Instax Mini Evo Gentle Rose color. $4,000. Okay, it has a nicer lens on it. 24 to 105 f4. Not much in the way of new cameras, looks like. No. Switch to here for a second. Okay. So this is Colossalcon North. Whoops, went to the wrong website. Can never spell that. Okay. So here's the convention. It's still going on right now. I generally only do day trips these days for cost reasons and such. I was able to get access to the convention this year thanks to one of my friends. So I do have pictures of in the areas that you need a badge. That was nice. It's a layout. Okay. Oh, there we go. Let's try this again. It's still kind of small. Okay, here's the arcade. That's here. And then down, we can't see, but there's a movie theater. Water park. That would be closed. No, this one would be closed. It's November in Wisconsin. Yeah, this is just big parking lots. I think this is where some of the convention was. This is not a great map. It's kind of odd. Anyways. Yeah, so it's a mix of water park plus anime convention. I haven't been to the... Oh, there's a Beyblade. Oh, man. Entry fee $5. It's cool that there's a resurgence of Beyblade tournaments. Yeah. Anyways. With anime conventions, if you're unfamiliar, it's a big mix of stuff these days. Generally, they have an arcade room, gaming room. AMV contests used to be more prevalent, but I mean, this one has one. That's an anime music video. It's kind of the first thing that I was editing from what I can remember, video-wise. Manga library. Obviously cosplay, dance, rave things. Panels, you know, all the anime stuff. They didn't have these photo shoot areas. I do have some pictures and probably GoPro footage of it that I can show. Yeah, cool convention. I was impressed with the main area. It's very nice looking. So I'll say that this one with the pricing and such was alright. But like I said, one of my friends helped me out with that. So. I don't know what the early pricing is for a full weekend pass. because it's probably be different on here now. But the single day passes, yeah, were 39, 59, and 26. So today would be 59, which seems overpriced for a single day by far. But the Friday and the Sunday ones are all right-ish. This should be like 35 in my opinion, or even 30. That should be 20, but you know, everything's expensive. Anyways, they do have a photographer pass as well, but that's for paid photo shoot stuff. I don't do paid photo shoot stuff. I just go and take snapshots of people. But yeah, they've got a bunch of ones. This is the original in Ohio. I've never been to that or any of the other ones, technically. But yeah. This used to be Daishokon in this specific Wisconsin Dells one, but eventually they gave up or who knows what, and the Colossalcon group took it over. Yeah, pretty cool. Use my photos from it. I can probably just start going through them and culling them, trying to find the worst ones, and then I get rid of the worst ones, and then get rid of duplicates. So this one is a little bit interesting with photos because I was hanging out with one of my friends for a long portion of it, and at one point he pulled out one of his lights, so that was interesting. A bit of use for that, and that's these photos. You can just quickly look at one. It's one of my friends. Yeah, so you can see some of the shadow here on the side because he had a monopod. I don't know if I probably have some footage of it, but I was either holding it or using it, and he was holding it, so I might not have any footage of it. I should have taken a picture or something of his setup, but it's a Ulanzi light. Constant light. Let's see if I can find it. I think it's 40 watt. It has a built-in battery. This might be it. No, that's too small. It has a mini Bowens mount. It was much thicker than that. Yeah, maybe they discontinued the specific one, or this, or B&H doesn't have it. Brand, where's brand? I don't see it. Oh. Nope. Maybe this was it. I don't think that was it. Let me try a different website. I think it was 40 watts. Mini Bowens. Okay, Ulanzi does have a website. Looks like. Alright, I think this is the one here. Yeah, so he said he got him quite a bit cheaper than that. Yeah, this looks like what he had. So it's got a power delivery, USB-C, color temperature, RGB. I mean, bicolor plus RGB. And it seemed to work pretty well. You know, that's basically kind of what we were doing, but we were holding the light for each other, and also he was using a softbox rather than this thing, whatever that is. I mean, not really a box. It was one of those octo things, but it wasn't huge. It was just like maybe that wide on it. Let's see if I can find. Nope. Nope. Okay, yeah, I think it was this thing. So he had one of these with it. That's basically what it looked like, but he had a longer monopod setup. So pretty good. Indoors, it seemed like it did a good job, and we were using it quite a bit, and it still said 100% power on it. But we weren't doing like really long uses of it, just like a minute, you know, or however long you're taking a picture and then turning it off. Although in these situations, it's not super convenient because there is a toggle switch. So you're going to be putting a lot of wear and tear on the toggle switch. I don't think there's any other faster way to, maybe a wireless connection, toggling the power. But to change the power levels, it's the dial. So it would be really slow if you tried to adjust the dial constantly, and that would put wear and tear in the dial. So you pretty much just have to toggle the thing on and off. And it does have a little bit of a startup time to it. So I can understand why he went with constant lights. They're more convenient in a lot of ways. Still pretty nice. And we can see the results here. I don't think I did it before and after, sadly. But this was with the light. That's a little bit better. This one was with the light. See the catch lights. The framing wasn't great. Yeah, I'm kind of spoiled now because the lighting was good. This is also with the light. You can probably see, yeah, you can see it in her glasses. Also with the light. Yeah, he's into video stuff as well. That's a little nicer photo. So he's got a FX30, I believe, and this is probably the lens that I'm using right now, the Sigma 18 to 50. So, although I have my 18 to 50 is on a A6000, but cute bear. I like the relax bear stuff. This is a Sanex, relax bear type thing. Although that's one of the other characters. So Hello Kitty and all that group of stuff. This is also with the light. Yeah, it does a nice job. You can see the catch lights again. Now I'm spoiled by using that. This was not with the light, sadly. Yeah, that was just window light. Just random stuff that I saw. Maybe I should just go in order. So these are two long-time friends I saw within 5 minutes of getting there. He does cosplay photography. She does cosplay, obviously. Whoops. So this is One Piece, I think. Zoro. I'm not sure what character she is. Probably should start culling photos. All right. The thing is, if I go through the photos in a way that I'm looking at them to cull them, it's just going to take a really long time, so I won't be able to get through a whole bunch. It's out of the way. That one's okay. But like I said, with duplicates, I don't tend to have too many duplicates shown. But there are slight differences in their posture and like eyes or positioning. So that one's not great. I can just press 1 on the keyboard. And you can see it changed it way down at the bottom. Again, this is Relax Bear. Green tea. This is Hojicha from Daido. Imported, so kind of expensive. Pretty nice though. Yeah, like I said, he does the cosplay photography. He goes super hard on it. He does a ton of photo shoots. I think it's his full job. I don't know if I want to try to cull these right now. We can just look through them first, and then I can go back and try to pick or get rid of the worst photos. I mean, if I see any that are really bad, I'll mark them, but yeah, but these are so similar. It's kind of tough to decide. I do try to take enough pictures just in case. You know, if someone blinks or whatever. So this one's a little dark, but obviously I could deal with it in post. So this is definitely a situation that light would have been very, very nice. You can see the harsher shadows in the face and such. Comes at a convenience, you know, not having to carry around big stuff. Oops. So from these ones, that one's a little bit better. But yeah, without the light, you're going to get the ambient color and such. Okay, that one's not quite in focus. It's blinking. Yeah. Whoops. I naturally just start trying to cull the photos. They do have that nice arcade. It's one of my favorite spots in the hotel convention center. So here I'm just trying to use window lighting decently. It's alright. I mean, positioning she's back further so that she doesn't get as much light on her face because he's kind of blocking it. But in these situations, I don't try to do too much with moving them around and stuff. Strawberries are stuck in my teeth. Okay, that's a bad photo. And with these, I can crop to make them a little better. Very cool. She said that she made this entire thing, including the prop. So you can see very nice quality. Good window lighting, you know. You don't always need to use your own lights. That one's good. The exit sign's not ideal, but it's alright. Again, I probably I had a default, I had the Z5 defaulted to F2 just to get the best fall off in the background. So I'm not super concerned about absolute quality. I think it's fine. That's a little bit, that could be the focus. Yeah, it's not perfect, but it's okay. Yeah, I think I'll just have to this was her own custom thing based on the what's that? Mad Hatter. And whatever that stuff is. Alice in Wonderland. I think this is a mobile game character. It's a good. Oh, they have a Naruto cupcake. One Piece cupcake. And this is also One Piece. Batman. Well, those are cool. Oh, that looks good. Man. $6 for cheesecake. How much are these? I don't see a price. Oh. $6 for a cupcake. I think I'll go with the cheesecake. $7 for a fruit chart. Those look good. How much is this? $6 for a Oreo cream pie. Man. Like a... Is that pre-cooked or like what is this? Huh. Like a cold sandwich? Whoops. That was weird. Yeah, I don't understand what this is. Like a pre-made cold sandwich. $5 for carrot cake. Bugging a bit. I'll get rid of that one. This is Sonic. He looks serious there. Yeah, clearly I'll have to do some editing with some of these. But I did take more photos of these too, yeah. So positioning is very important. So you've got this, and you've got this. Much nicer lighting in this area. Not sure what character that is. It's just a random bear. I'll build a bear workshop. There are a bunch of ones with these anime faces. And this is Bochi the Rock. What's that anime? Jeez, I can't remember the name of it. It's well known though. Or yeah, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, or something like that. I think I had seen some of the early stuff, but it didn't make sense to me with the beginning of the show. I didn't continue on with it. Well, I haven't watched much anime these days. And so here's part of the convention area. So here is the sets. Yeah. This is a random cosplayer that my friend asked to take photos of, so I took some as well. Yeah, clearly the lighting in some areas is not ideal. This would have definitely been a good one for that light that he had. But at this point, we didn't use it, so... You're pretty much just trying to work with overhead lights, things like that, with none of your own lighting. Get rid of this one. It's blinking a bit. So mist focus. That one's alright. Somehow got good lighting there. This was one of the guests. I think she does singing. Yeah, this is what I was talking about with the convention area. This is obviously, you need a badge to get into this area, but very nice. I like the lighting on the top there. I think it adds to it quite a bit. So it was cool to see. Thanks to my friend for letting me use a badge. While we hung out. Very cool. It was like Clair Obscura, something like that. It's a very impressive game that came out a while back. And more of the, this is the dealer's area. It's so busy. Really tough to take photos in there. Yeah. I had her. So this is another situation of positioning. Standing there versus standing here. This is at least a little bit better. But just trying to deal with that bad convention center lighting. Of course, I'm going to go in here and try to improve these photos as best as I can. So it does take a long time trying to deal with this stuff. A random photo of things. Obviously at f2 aperture, you're going to get a pretty thin depth of field, depending on how close you are. So this was where I was focusing, and then her just like a little bit further in the back makes a difference at that distance. So my friend was taking a photo. I didn't want to waste their time, so I didn't do much else than that snapshot. Yeah, these are not great photos. That one's okay. I can do something with it, but you can clearly see the lighting is rough. So, I mean, realistically, it probably would make sense for me to use my own lights so I don't have to edit as much, because I'm going to probably spend a lot of time trying to fix up the lighting in these photos. I think that was the person with the wings. Yeah, probably. Lots of Pokemon stuff. They're sorted by color. The lighting wasn't bad there. And here's the arcade gaming room. Just trying to take some snapshots for context. The light wasn't too bad here from, this was one of the machines projecting the light on the side there. Missed focus. There we go. That was a cool, like, carousel style claw machine type thing. I'm not sure how that worked. Pretty cool though. Yeah, very, very quick snapshots. That one's basically not usable. I had a bunch of Super Nintendo games, Nintendo games. Looks like Sega Genesis. And then N64. DDR. Some type of rhythm game of sorts, looks like. Yeah, the lighting was not great there. I think I was holding the light at this point. So I'm not sure why she's so blue looking here. Could be the makeup. Big Pokemon thing. Blinking. I didn't even read the text there. Very cool. Some detail shots. I'm just using aperture priority here, so there is some variation in exposure. That one looks like it's missed focus. Yeah, it's tough with natural light in these situations. It's really harsh a lot of the time. You're not always going to be in a better area like this where it's soft lighting on the face completely, which is kind of the ideal situation. Yep, well, there's a blinking photo. This was the artist alley. Super, super busy. We didn't try to get in there too much because it's just really difficult. I did take one photo in there. This person. That was a cool thing there. Looks like just standard paper. Yeah. So they don't need to do a lot to make a cool cosplay. I mean, this is detailed and they definitely spent a lot of time on it. But the materials, you know, it's just papers and such. Cardboard, like cardstock, I should say. Although their eyes are like a special setup there. Very cool. Yeah, I fixed the lighting there. Oh, there's a Bob Ross guy there. What is this? Oh, make the audience do something stupid. Okay. Yeah, some type of panel type event thing. This was the... Might have been the gaming... Tabletop gaming. Yeah. Tabletop gaming area. These things are good if you go to the convention for a full weekend. I think early on when I would go with anime convention and stuff, having a gaming room was nice. As someone else was taking a photo, I just took a quick snapshot. It's supposed to be some sort of Miku. I think they said... whatever. I can't remember what they called this. Someone had put Demon Slayer picture with tape over the the built-in one for the convention center hotel. Another little area you could take photos. Pretty cool. So there's the Kalahari parking lot. Be Adventurous, that's the arcade. Well, with a bunch of other stuff. We did see some people out there taking photos. Yeah. They were doing a little photo shoot. It was warm enough that it wasn't too bad, probably. This person was doing photography as well. Okay, so you can see the difference in the light. So this is without the light. With the light. Definitely a big difference there. Okay, there's my friend doing photography. He's still using I think a D850. Yeah, it's probably 850. So basically one of the best DSLRs. Okay, the lighting there was not great. I can hopefully work with these photo files to make them better. Yeah, they gave me, I was struggling to get it to focus in my hand. They gave me this card. Get rid of these. One picture, I'm gonna get rid of that one. Yeah. Just not looking at the camera. Well, these are the fortune teller things at the Kalahari that tend to have. So I'm trying to use natural light here. Again, I can hopefully improve on this photo with editing. There's Zoltar. And they had all these locked up in a machine. Bunch of the whatchamacallits, Pokemon cards, Pop Mart stuff, more cards and things. All the fan gambling. It's a pretty big machine. So this is another situation. I was holding the light and he was taking pictures. This was with the light that he had. I think it really helped there. Yeah. I mean, they could carry around something like that. It's the convenience factor, you know? I don't know. It is nice. It definitely helps. And these photos I don't really need to do much with, so yeah, I'm kind of tempted to get something. Just carry it around. Although I feel like I would want something that, yeah, again, this is with the light. I want something that would be fast to start up and use. Random picture of the bowling. A little bit blurry because I took the picture quick. I like this area. It's in the upper level of the arcade. Or, well, I mean, it's more than just an arcade, but I have a big open window set up. And you can look down in there and see all the other stuff. Very cool. The photo is kind of tilted a little bit. So a bunch of photo shoots going on. It's a bit blurry. Very cool. Again, this is with the light that he brought. This is with natural light. Oh, maybe this is normal lighting. It looks like there's, well, I don't know. Because this one, I didn't use a light. Weird. I'm not sure. Yeah, that was tough trying to get something decent. That one's okay. Could probably work with that. Yeah, the lighting here is really bad. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I had the light for this one. So for whatever reason, I didn't use the light here. Concert going on. I tried to fix the exposure. So from that to that. Again, I was using aperture priority. So all I did here was adjust the exposure compensation to make it more usable. But clearly you missed the context when you adjust for the stage. I'll get rid of this one. Yeah. I definitely remember using the light for these ones that he had. Cool. Same situation here. Yep. Very nice. This will save me time editing. That's always a benefit. This one's okay, but it was a little area. Again, using that light that he brought, the Ulanzi 40 watt constant light. And then he had a softbox about that large on the front end. And that one missed focus. Let's look into the side. That one's pretty good. Oh man, that green is rough. But I guess it kind of works. Yeah. I was just lighting from one of the arcade machines. Or something. Not even sure. I think we did use the light for this. Or I was holding the light and he was taking a picture. And I just took a few snapshots. Yeah. It's a little bit of fill in this case. The Elonzi. Just auto exposure, I think. I can't remember if I used the light for this or not. Yeah, this one definitely used the light with that. Does help. This is another situation. I was holding the light for him. Yeah, I didn't use a light there, sadly. Because this is my last photo. Before I was leaving, saw this person, so I asked for a photo. Very cool. That is it. I'm gonna have to go through these, cull the photos, you know. A lot to it. But I'm gonna end stream here. I think that's good enough. Hopefully at some point, well, I do have the GoPro footage as well. Could take a look at. But yeah, hopefully I'll make a video at some point. But I do have a queue of different convention videos I need to make at some point. Yeah, I think I'm gonna hold off on pulling out the GoPro footage. But yeah, I'm gonna head out. Hopefully, if you see this in the future as a stream VOD, you enjoy it. Peace.